Do you feel guilty every time you take a break, even if you're feeling really tired? Like each minute of rest means wasting precious time? But here's the truth, rest isn't a luxury. It is actually essential for productivity. So, if you're constantly stressed or exhausted, the way to get more done could be to rest more, not less. Hi, I'm Angela. Today we're going to find out why rest is not your enemy, but actually one of your strongest tools to get more done. We'll dive into the science of rest and performance, and why some of the world's most successful people use structured rest to stay sharp and focused. By the end of this video, you'll have practical ways to build guilt-free rest into your routine, feel more balanced, and get more done by doing less. I'll confess, I'm a workaholic by nature. It took me many years to test and apply great ideas from these productivity books to find my ideal balance of work, rest, and me time. I've added useful book summary links in the description below if you want a deeper dive. But for now, let's debunk a major misconception. Rest isn't unproductive. It is actually essential for productivity. Often, we think of rest as wasted time, something that we only indulge in when we've already hit our limit. We know we are tired, but we keep saying, I'll rest when I'm done. But here's the truth, work is rarely ever done. By the time we finish one thing, 3 more have popped up. Without rest and rejuvenation, our focus and motivation drop. We make more mistakes, and everything takes longer to finish, pushing us toward burnout. Our energy is like a battery. We perform at our best when we are fully charged, and our energy depletes as we push through tasks without a break. But here's a quick insight. Research shows that we are the most productive when we work with focused sprints with short breaks in between. This approach helps us to achieve more in less time and with better quality results. But how can taking more breaks actually help to maximize your time? Because regular rest is required by our brain to process information, clear out mental clutter, and refresh itself, making you more productive on your next sprint. So if you think rest is for the weak, think again. Rest isn't the opposite of productivity. It is a core part of productivity. And that is why high achievers prioritize structured rest. These breaks are not just off time for them, but part of their strategies to stay at the top of their game. For example, Bill Gates takes a think week off each year to disconnect and dive into deep thinking. Jeff Bezos protects his mornings for leisurely, undistracted time, and Hugh Jackman keeps up his physical and mental energy by exercising in between his busy filming schedule. We'll look more into those real-life applications later as we dive into practical ways to incorporate rest into your daily, weekly, and yearly routine. Ready to start benefiting from the power of rest? Let's start by exploring daily rest. Most people think that to get more done, we should just try to squeeze more into our day. But true productivity doesn't come from working non-stop. It's about working with our natural energy cycles to stay sharp and efficient. Our energy naturally rises and falls throughout the day. In another video, we deep dive into how our natural energy cycles work. The main thing to remember for maintaining peak performance is this. Take regular breaks before our energy dips too far. This approach keeps us refreshed and ready for each work session. We also need to redefine what these breaks actually mean, because it's not as straightforward as we think. Most people associate rest with zoning out or sleeping. But rest can be either active or passive, and both types are essential for staying at our best. Passive renewals are about slowing down and allowing your mind and body to recover, like taking a short nap, meditating, or even just sitting quietly with the eyes closed for a few minutes. Active renewals, on the other hand, involve activities that keep your body moving while shifting your mental focus, like playing music, stretching, or going for a walk. These feel energizing because they engage different physical and mental resources, which breaks the monotony and refreshes our focus. Actors like Hugh Jackman, for example, use active renewals during his filming breaks to stay energized and in shape. According to his co-star, he might do some quick push-ups to keep his energy up. Just by doing this in between takes, he can do up to about 800 push-ups in a day. If you find it hard to pause your work, try using the Pomodoro technique to incorporate both types of renewal into your routine. Here's how it works. Set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, then take a 5-minute break, ideally alternating between active and passive renewals during the break. After 4 cycles, take a longer break to fully recharge. Tom Hanks used this technique to complete his 448-page novel with short bursts of writing then resting. Personally, I prefer to work in 90-minute intervals and then alternate between active and passive renewals. For one break, I might do jumping jacks or run in place, and for the next, I might do something like deep breathing exercises or close my eyes. You can always personalize your Pomodoro sessions as well as your renewal activities. Some people prefer 20-minute sessions, while others prefer to do focused work for longer periods like 52 minutes followed by a 17-minute break. Some prefer bursts of high-energy workouts, while others are happy with just some light stretching. The idea is to use the combination of active and passive rest along with focused work to keep your energy up during the day before it dips. This system works really well for weekdays, but what about weekends or longer-term breaks? That brings us to structured rest for the week. How often have you looked forward to the weekend only to feel just as tired or even more restless at the end of Sunday just before the start of a new week? Here's the problem. Most of us plan very carefully for work, but we don't plan for rest. We drift through our rest time without intentionally renewing our minds and bodies. Instead, we end up scrolling through our phones or half thinking about work. In other words, we don't really switch off. One of the best strategies I found is Mark Mankyon's No Zones. The idea is simple but powerful. When you work, really work. And when you rest, really rest. During the work week, try this. Instead of chugging along for like 8 to 10 hours straight, which is how we usually burn ourselves out, set aside 2 to 3 hours of go zones where you focus 100% on high impact work with zero distractions. Leave the rest of your workday for your slow zone where you engage in less stressful work at a slower pace. By planning your workday this way, you get more done with less time and energy. Just as important, we need to plan for rest. So for every hour of go zone, schedule half an hour to 1 hour of no zone time. This is where you totally disconnect from work. Don't even think about it. Use your no zones for guilt-free relaxation and the things that truly energize you. Whether it's spending quality time with your family, enjoying your hobbies, or just getting out in nature. You can spread out your no zones throughout the week or consolidate them into a bigger block over the weekend, like taking half a day or a full day off to enjoy things that you really like and feel fully recharged for the week ahead. If you want a deeper dive into Mark's Go Zone program, do check out this other video for more details. We see this technique in action with how Jeff Bezos blocks out his leisure time. He's known for taking mornings and weekends off to putter around, which is to switch off from work and to spend time at leisure with his family.
I get up early. I like to putter in the morning, so I like to read the newspaper, I like to have coffee, I like to have breakfast with my kids before they go to school. So I have my kind of puttering time is very important to me.
In short, use your weekends or day off intentionally to renew yourself so you can fully recharge and start the next week feeling refreshed and focused. But I'll be honest, daily and weekly rest are not enough for today's demanding work culture. To truly recharge, we also need extended breaks or holidays to balance out the long hours that we spend working. Many people wait for end-of-year holidays or when they can actually use their annual leave. But that's not enough. We must deliberately block out guilt-free vacations and make sure that a solid part of those breaks are spent on things that energize us. Here are some ways that you can incorporate longer rest periods into your year. First, monthly mini retreats. Once a month, take a full day off just to recharge. You can spend a day offline, explore a part of your city, or immerse yourself in a hobby. The goal is to do the things that you really enjoy. Second, yearly Think Week. This is similar to Bill Gates' Think Week, where you set aside 1 week each year to disconnect from daily tasks and focus on high-level thinking and personal reflection. You might be surprised at how much time and effort you can save when you have clarity, fresh insights, and great ideas. And lastly, consider a longer-term mini retirement, if possible, every few years to reset your life. Instead of waiting until you're old and too frail to retire, why not spread these breaks out across your life so you make the most of your time and energy to travel, pursue a passion project, or just spend extended time with the people that you love? Personally, I do a lot of spontaneous day trips or week-long trips to Thailand or Malaysia since I do have some location flexibility as a digital entrepreneur. But what I'm really working toward is a mini retirement, where I can disappear for 3 to 6 months without worrying about my business, though I know that will still take some time. So my interim goal is to be able to take a full month off every year, so I only work 11 months a year on top of my short breaks. So the next time you feel drained and tired, just remember that rest isn't a luxury, it is a tool to keep you at your best. By integrating rest deliberately into each day, week and year, you find it easier to focus, stay energized, be creative, and be ready to take on any challenge that comes your way. Start by adding just one renewal practice into your day or week and see how that transforms your energy and focus. Do subscribe to Growth Garden for more strategies on how to do more with less in your life. And check out the video and book summary links for more tips on productivity and energy management. Let us know in the comments what other topics you'd like to see on Growth Garden. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video and let's keep growing together.